Another recent arrival here is this stunning E-Type Series 1 Roadster. A pairing of old Triumph Spitfires, both 1500s, in yellow, look fantastic together. Today on Car Attraction, you join us once again for the classic car and sports car meet at the Old Piggery Cafe at Combermere. And well, what a turnout we've already got. Lots of modern classics and all sorts of here proper old classics as well, as we've got this TVR rolling in. But I think first of all, let's have a quick look at what's behind me. Now, how stunning is that? A Mercedes Benz 300 SL Gullwing. Not the sort of thing we usually get coming to this meet, granted, but I'm certainly not complaining. This has to be one of the most gorgeous old cars ever made. Absolutely stunning car, this. There used to be another one of these quite local to us, but that one's moved away to Ross Brawn, of all people. But I don't quite know who owns this one, but that is just incredible, isn't it? One of my favourite cars of all time. Best looking cars, really sporty supercar of the 1950s, and it still would have some punch now. It's just amazing, isn't it? It's even got the tailored luggage in the back. Can't quite see actually because of the low sun. Look at that interior, such a quality car. There's the luggage in the back. Oh, you can see my reflection. Hello. These are just absolutely incredible cars, aren't they? That is so lovely. Absolute beauty. Really love that. I think it's safe to say that's one of my favourites of the show. Probably be the one I'd take home. We're in the little Renault 4CV all the way over there. We'll have a look at that row after. Got the usual Porsche 930 here. It's been to every Combermere meet I think so far. And a lovely early Beetle with quite a flashy setup in the back, some form of coat of arms or something. The guy who owns this car does make sort of lots of gold gilded things, and we're showing off his masterpiece in the back of his old Beetle today. Lovely inside. This is actually a gorgeous little car. Once again, Porsche wheels. I see a lot of these, but quite an early one. Would have been 6-volt originally, perhaps, with those lamps, but certainly an original one. Cabriolet, looking absolutely fantastic in that colour. That is a real beauty there. On this row we've got a few more modern classics over there. Got a Triumph Dolomite Sprint in blue parked up here. Really do like the Dolomite Sprints. Really practical, easy car to drive. Probably one of the best sort of sporty old classic cars. 4-speed manual, overdrive gearbox as well. See, you could go up and down the country in something like this in very nice comfort. It's a lovely example, this. I do actually quite like the Dolomites, and especially the Sprint's just a fantastic old car. And this one is no exception. Lovely condition. And I really like the colour scheme of that, actually. Really like that. Here's the usual Triumph TR4A, absolutely stunning car in dark blue. See this at a lot of shows from Hopley House, Combermere, all sorts of classic car shows. Just really beautifully presented car, this one. Sounds lovely as well. Yeah, I really like that example. And here's us in the little Renault 4CV 750. I don't think this one's actually been to this show before, so it was its turn today to show off at the Combermere Cars and Caffeine meet. And then we got the Consul Cortina. See this one, and an Escort. Many shows. A pre-airflow car, earlier grille, also one of the earlier Cortinas that says Consul there. Apologies for the light, it's a bit of a low sunlight. But beautiful example, really nice, that one. Another great example of a really easy old car to own. 4-seater, but also with a bit of a sporting edge, like the old Dolomite we just saw earlier. A pairing of old Triumph Spitfires, both 1500s, in yellow, look fantastic together. Wonderful little sports cars these. Mini lights on the first one and original wheels on the second. Lovely examples. Really like those. Well, let's continue this row. Here we have a Fiat Uno Turbo.ie. Really like that. Such a rare variant of the Fiat Uno Turbo.ie, obviously having turbo, the really quick one, all the whizzy 80s graphics down the side and back, bit of a roll cage in the back there as well. I'm sure that's a later modification. One of the many Porsches I'm sure will be turning up here. It's currently manoeuvring. So a quick peek on the inside. That is cool in there, isn't it? I actually really like this car. Very stripped out, a great old track day car. And gleaming condition as well. I really like that. It's a really interesting car though. Here we've got a Mark 1 Escort 1600 GT Mexico. Nice livery all down the side. Interesting, you don't see many in silver, but I do like this one in silver. I've got the iconic bubble arches and mini light wheels. Look fantastic on these old Escorts. This is a lovely example. I've seen it at quite a few shows. That is really nice there. Cool BMW E92 M3, one of the last naturally aspirated V8 BMWs. I'm actually quite fond of these. I think having this is the sort of last, as I said, naturally aspirated V8 out of the BMW M car, so it's quite a significant car actually. I'm sure they're actually quite entertaining to drive, quite a bit of power. Well, plenty of power actually. We got a Roush Mustang. Beyond that in red, and an XK8 Jaguar. Well, there's already so much here today. There's the lovely old Rolls Royce. Let's have a quick look at the second of two Mark 1 Escorts so far. Bit of a road rally car, as a lot of these are prepared in this way. There's the Wolseley Hornet, little secret under the bonnet. There's a supercharger under there. Fantastic little car that. I'll definitely have a look at that later. Here's the old Escort, and with the Cortina just over there. Quite a few fast forwards. An RS6 Audi, huge estate, V8 up front I believe. It's an Audi Quattro long wheelbase, looks quite sharp in white actually I must say. Fantastic 5-cylinder engine up front, Audi R8, there's a V10 in there. I do quite like that Quattro actually. Fiesta ST, quite a few modern classics here. Pairing of minis, saw these go past the other day. They actually were surprisingly quick. Let's have a look inside because these cars look like hill climb sort of specials. So we got the short wheelbase, maybe I don't know what they're called actually, 2-seater, huge diffuser on the back. That must be a fun car to drive that. Oh, we've got a Delta Integrale in yellow. I must say, I haven't seen many in yellow, but I actually really like that. We've got a John Cooper Works Mini here. Here's the old Rolls Royce, beautiful old car, so original. Really like this example. Such a lovely car this one, really like it. A few TVRs rolling on over there. There's always a good showing of the classic British sports cars that are TVRs. Here's the gorgeous old Rolls Royce, I really like that. It's a beautiful example. So original as well. Nip across here. A pairing of Triumph Spitfires adorning this little corner, both in yellow. I've seen this one before, but not this one. It's the one that we've seen before. Both 4-speed overdrive cars. This one's slightly different, got some nice looking exhaust on the back there. I would maybe prefer these style of wheels to the mini lights. I'm not quite sure. If you have anything to say about any of the cars here today, please do let me know in the comments. Try to feature them all. That's a lovely little pairing. I do like those. Mark 2 Golf GTI, another modern classic. Chimera. On the Vauxhall Golf Cabriolet, looking quite low. And Porsche wheels as well. You see a lot of Porsche wheels on like old Beetles and Golfs. Lovely Triumph TR. MG TF here. What a great day for a 50s sports car, isn't it? Such a lovely day. We're up on for a great turnout. There will be so much here. Got the Droop Snoop Forenza rolling in. BMW Cabriolet. Gorgeous old Alpine. Actually not that old, but I really like these. I think it's sort of evocative of the 60s, 70s Alpine A110, but now Alpine is its own brand. And here is the new Alpine. But one thing I like about these is they could have gone all big with it, but actually I think these are the perfect size, not too big like some of the sort of slightly more modern sports cars, but just the perfect size and a really pretty car. I think these are. See, I rate those quite highly. I quite like those. And then a Porsche Cabriolet just beyond that. A Z4 rolling in, followed by a very noisy Z06 Corvette. BMW 1 Series. And a cool old Vauxhall, I like the look of that. I've seen that here maybe once before. Really like that, booted Nova. Well, here's the fantastic old Wolseley Hornet. Really purposeful little car. Really like this example. As I just said, under the bonnet is an old supercharger. So this is actually a pretty quick car. Very shiny stainless steel exhaust. Sounds fantastic, this. I really like this example. Great example of how to modify an old car, because it's probably a period correct sort of old supercharger. Well, it's certainly more appropriate to have a supercharger than a turbo. I think my favourite of the two certainly is a supercharger. I love that whine on pre-war cars and sort of 60s cars like this. Really lovely example. Lot of mini DNA in there, got sliding windows, external hinges, but just the Wolseley variation. But this is a fantastic old car. More modern 911 here, next to a pairing of slightly older ones. This is a Carrera in black, and then there's a Targa over there. This is in beautiful condition, this car. It's perhaps got a slightly wider track at the back than some of the other models, but really beautifully presented. I really like that. Quick look at the Targa. This one gets to lots of these Combermere meets, having this sort of lift out top. Very nice old sports car, great for a day like this. Here's the gorgeous old Beetle. I really like that. 930, and then just beyond that is the fantastic old XK140 next to the stunning 300SL Gullwing, but we've already had a look at that, so I must resist. How about a quick peek on the inside then? Wow, so stylish in there. Really love that. But we're here to look at the XK140, all debumpered. Probably some tickling under the bonnet as well. Fantastic colour. Leather straps. Really nice green wire wheels. I think they really suit it. Certainly suit the colour. Beautiful example there. Really like that. One of my favourite corners. It's quite easy to say, next to the Gullwing. A Lotus Exige convertible, the Targa top once again, just that little lift out. Megane RS, an interesting looking old Lotus. Got a V6 Capri over here, very clean that one, probably a 2.8 or thereabouts V6 in that one. And a very noisy TVR. Just behind here, got the regular 911 Carrera, early 70s 911, really lovely example. Stunning car that. Must be what a hoot to drive. That would be really powerful. Flat six at the back. Wonderful old car, this one, really like it. Definitely a bit of me there. And here's the other Alpine, another beautiful little car. One of the few sort of brand new-ish cars I actually really like. A Cayman GT4, the sort of uprated road spec Cayman. The Lotus here, a big Ferrari, I believe that's a 458 Italia, that one. Oh, a huge old American, I think that might be a Plymouth maybe. Ferrari 812 super fast. I've seen that one here a few times. Beyond that is a fantastic old Aston Martin. Huge V8 up front in this car. Really like these, very stylish, great colour as well. Automatic gearbox, but it's a big engine so it doesn't matter. Probably about 3 speed I'd imagine, but with that big engine it will be alright. It's actually, well, I haven't really seen one of these in a while, and it's big when you get up close to it. Huge tyres, huge body, but a very stylish car nonetheless. Really like that. Here's the Audi R8, once again absolutely massive. A Delta Integrale in yellow. This looks fantastic in this colour. Really like that. And the huge old Plymouth. That is another highlight of fantastic old car there.
There's something that I'm trying to cheat the offsets as well on the front to get more.
Right, well I think next up we'll have a quick look around here. So we got a Jaguar F-Type here. This is the slightly facelifted, more recent sort of guise. This is all-wheel drive, this one actually. That's not very common for a Jaguar, is it? Nice old Carrera 911 Porsche. It's an automatic car, this one. Seat, a few hot hatches here, Megane RS Trophy, some Golf Fiesta ST. Now this is quite cool. We got a big old Subaru here. Fantastic sort of road rally, hill climb, anything car because it's such a tunable engine. Huge spoiler on the back, isn't it? I think that must be so much fun to drive with some silly sort of 0 to 60 time of probably like 3 seconds or so, something mad like that, judging by this one. But yeah, these must be brilliant fun, mustn't they? When they're that tuned up and quick. Nip across here. Here's the Droop Snoop Forenza. Very clean looking car. I think these are so stylish. Really lovely looking car. Another Carrera Porsche. An E46 M3, that looks a bit modified. Roll cage in the back. Big straight six up front. 6-speed manual. Once again, a great track day car. Next to that, another BMW Z3M Coupe. Basically what happens to a Z3 when you put the 3.2 M3 engine in and you make it into a beautiful little hardtop car. Really like that. Such a stylish car, I think. So yeah, this has got the E36, I think, M3 engine, 3.2 straight 6, probably over 300 horsepower. Lots of power, really cool. Very desirable as well, and I think they look absolutely gorgeous with that hardtop as well. Really nice car. There's always a good showing of TVR Chimeras here at Cars and Caffeine at Combermere. Trio of Chimeras, Griffith, Tuscan. That was a lot here, isn't it? Another Chimera. And we got a Cobra. Didn't see this one coming in. Quite a cool replica. Quite good in silver actually. I haven't seen one in silver before, but looking pretty good. Very cool. Chimera. What is this? A very lovely looking Triumph TR4A. I love the steel wheels on this. This is a beautiful job. What's been done here? Just look at that interior. Wow. This is really lovely. Just look at that. The perfect British sports car of the 50s and 60s, isn't it? That is so lovely. I really like these steel wheels with the Triumph very shiny hubcaps. Beautiful old car. I actually really like that, one of my favourites for sure. Wonderfully presented. That looks fantastic, that. Z4, the largest of all the engines, a 3 litre, straight 6 in this one. BMW 1 Series Boxster. Honda S2000, believe it or not, I actually quite like these. Very fun to drive. Little 2 litre VTEC, rev to about 9,000 RPM, something mad like that. Competing with the Mark III MX-5, But these are actually very good, quite desirable now. And this one is extremely shiny, beautiful condition. Really nice, that. It's got a hard top on it as well. Most of these are convertible. I think that looks really sharp like that, actually. Got a Challenger there. An MGF, is that? Or is it TF? I can't remember. Right, let's have another look. I really like that TR4A. I think that looks just fantastic. Good red for a TVR, isn't it, on the Chimera? These must be fun cars to drive, all big V8s and 6-cylinders up front. The Tuscans have a 6-cylinder, and all these other ones, the Griffiths and the Chimera, have the big old Rover V8, is it maybe? Pretty sure it's the Rover engine. Over here, Cayman Porsche. Booted Nova Vauxhall, I really like this. Gleaming car, such great condition. Nova 1.2 Merit. Really nice car, that, actually. Z06 generation Corvette here. Really loud LS engine, V8. Manual gearbox, what you'd want, really. Very loud as well, fantastic sound. Well, on this little corner we got a wonderful old oily rag Morgan 3-wheeler. So lovely and oily all around there, isn't it? Really suits it on this sort of car. See this one doing a fair bit of VSCC events. Fantastic old thing. Surprisingly fast as well, this one. Such a great fun car. This would be to drive. It would feel like you're doing a million miles per hour absolutely everywhere in this sort of thing. You're so exposed, so low to the ground. But it certainly does have the performance to match the looks, because this will be a quick car. And I really like that. Another recent arrival here is this stunning E-Type Series 1 Roadster. I know the owner of this car quite well. He's always also got a GT6 and an old Healey. But this is really beautiful old car. Series 1, so one of the earliest examples. Just absolutely stunning. Really do love this car. Just peeking round here, I've spotted a couple of old Mark II Escorts. We've got a Mexico here, and then the RS2000 with the slightly different front. That's slightly later than the other one. They look very sharp in the red with the black pinstripe down the side, don't they? It's probably got a 1600 or 2 litre thereabouts engine. Looking fantastic. That's just 1.6. And this one will be a 2 litre engine, hence RS2000. Really desirable, sporty old cars these now. Nice to see them both together, isn't it? Beyond this Fiesta RS, we've also turned up now is an old Ford Sierra. We'll have a quick look around the back to see what spec this particular car is. This is an RS Cosworth, one of the coolest cars of the 90s. Huge, what's that, about size 10-ish exhaust there. Gleaming condition, this one, really beautifully presented. And somehow I've overlooked this gorgeous little Fiat Abarth. Now this is no other little 500, this is an Abarth 595. What a beautiful little car, so tasteful these, with a bit of a sporting edge. What a great bit of fun that would be to drive. Such a pretty little car, these. Little look at the engine in the back. Probably only makes, what, about 40 or 50 brake horsepower, but that is quite a lot in something like this, like our little Renault there. That makes about 20 brake horsepower, but it'll still go to about 40, 45 miles per hour, but if you double that or triple that like this, it'll be a really quick old car. Especially in something this small and light, it'll feel like you're doing amazing speeds everywhere. And here is the fantastic supercharged Wolseley Hornet. Such a special car this. I keep going back to it, and apologies if it's not your thing, but I absolutely love that. But yeah, gorgeous little car, that old Fiat. The TR4A has got its engine on show. Fantastic little twin carb 4-cylinder here. Really lovely sounding engine. It's got perhaps an upgraded exhaust system on this car, so it really does sound the part. But just look at that. I can't get over how gleaming this car is. It's in fantastic condition. It really is so nicely presented. Really lovely example. So many little gems I haven't seen. This is an old Sunbeam Tiger, the result of what happens when you put a huge American Ford V8 in a delightful little British sports car, and it made certainly a great old car. Really nice on the mini lights. This is immaculate. Look at that engine. I can't say that the access is great, to be honest. I don't think we could get out all the spark plugs, but absolutely beautiful sounding engine and a lovely old car. Really do like these. This is a beautiful old example. I think they look fantastic with the two exhausts there. And here is a Fiat Abarth 124 Spider. Well, we've got such a fantastic turnout at this month's Cars and Caffeine event at Combermere. It really is so much here. So many lovely cars. The highlight for me has got to be, predictably, the Mercedes 300 SL gull-wing car. Beautiful thing, but there are so many lovely cars here. Like that Fiat Uno Turbo.ie, that is one of the highlights for me because that is such a rare old car. I really like that. Well, I didn't see this round the corner. This is an old Honda CRX. I can't remember seeing one of these at a show before. Wow, that is a cool old thing, isn't it? Once again, another, what's that, size 9, 10 maybe, exhaust on the back. That is such a cool thing, isn't it? Great shape. Well, the Piggery car park is certainly looking a bit different now. Obviously, it's pretty much empty as quite a few people are starting to leave, and I think soon we'll join them. I really like this monthly meet. I've done several videos on it in the past. It's just a great little meet. All sorts of classic cars and sports cars, a few supercars. It's really nice atmosphere and everything about it is very cool. As a motorbike res this past, but that's all for this video. Comment what you thought of any of the cars, or any of these your cars. Let me know in the comments below. Have you owned any in the past? Remember to subscribe, check out the channel homepage, and I think that's just about it. Thanks for watching.